magic of the Cybernet Space Cube, the computer-enhanced podcast of the future. Transformers Slag Podcast.
What up, everybody? How we all doing this Saturday night? It's the Transformers Slag Podcast Saturday Night live stream main event. I'm your host, Protoman. I'm the face that runs this place. I am the voice you hear Monday to Friday. You got to deal with this for the next 2 hours if you want to. A little overdressed today. Today was my birthday. Went out with friends and family. Had a beautiful dinner, a whole bunch of stuff. A little bit of shopping. Got to go around and do some stuff. And now I'm with you guys today. So we're going to get to look at some cool stuff Protoman got for the B-Day. Some stuff that was sent in the mail from some special people. A whole bunch of other things. We have an exclusive reveal today of some Transformer official product for San Diego Comic-Con. So stay tuned for that too. We got a lot of cool stuff that we're talking about. A lot of people in here already. Wow. Really piling in already. Timmy K. Poindexter, Abraham. We got Princeton Phalanx 59. We got Mikey and Louie. We got CW Link. We got Sheriff. We got Horned Owl, Collector Prime, Rodimus Power Unboxing. I know I'm missing people. Ashnud is here. Mike Rosen, Spurtimus Prime. I think I got everybody. I know more people are coming in now. Michael Koo just showed up. There we go. How we all doing? So Protoman turned 40 today. Do I look 40? Do I look old? Just had a nice dinner with the loved ones and everything. Went for Chinese food. One of my favorite Chinese food restaurants that I've eaten from, I want to say for the past 30 years, maybe more, maybe more even. Pretty crazy stuff. Thank you, Mike Rosen, for the $5 super chat. Thank you for the happy birthday, my friend. Thank you. That'll pay for the $75 bill at the Chinese restaurant. We went a little crazy. It's a restaurant that, no joke, guys, like it actually has Transformer connections. It's the same restaurant we've been going to for years. Back in the day when Beast Wars was still on air, when it was new episodes, there'd be a new episode every single Wednesday on YTV here in Canada. And I used to tell my mom, hey, could we have Chinese food from the Kam Shing every Wednesday? Like, that would be like the perfect day. Chinese food, my favorite food, the best, Beast Wars. Good times, of course. So, Dirty 40. Ain't that the truth? So, got a bunch of cool stuff in the mail. I'll show you guys that. Some stuff that came from Mikey and Louie. Little other things here and there, too. Just a big birthday box of craziness and a whole bunch of cool stuff. We're going to talk about an exclusive reveal. You guys are going to see this first in the whole world, and then everyone else will be talking about it on the news websites afterwards. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. You might have got a little bit of a heads up from Symbiote Studios. They're like, hey, Protoman's going to have an exclusive that he's going to be revealing on his podcast live stream. So, yeah, you're going to get to see that too for the first time. So that'll be a cool thing. Twins Corner, what's up, bro? I'm going to be seeing you guys in July at TFCon. Happy freaking birthday, Protoman. Hope it was a good one. Oh, it's a great one. I didn't even, what's funny? Like, we went out shopping. I probably should have brought it down. Like, I didn't buy anything for myself when we went out shopping, but I found like a nice t-shirt. It's like a Japanese, like Back to the Future t-shirt. I thought it was kind of cool. I'm not even like a huge Back to the Future guy. I just thought it looked nice. It had very like, I don't know, had a very like retro kind of design to it with Japanese writing. I was like, it's cool. $5. Could you go wrong? There was like a clothing store in the mall near my parents' house. But yeah, let's get into it because we got a lot of news to cover too. We'll get into the big reveal. We'll talk about toys, and then we'll take some questions from you guys and everything like that too, because we got quite a bit. It was a busy week in Transformers. And let's talk about my boy first and his Evil Black repaint that leaked online. So let's talk about this. People have been telling me different names that this should be under. Some people are saying this is a Shattered Glass Rodimus Unicronus. I mean, look, I've called this Shattered Glass Rodimus for years. That's what it's always been called in a lot of ways. So, I mean, that's what I'm going to call it. Abraham, the big 4-0. Thank you, Abraham, for the $2 super chat. And David, Retro Cabal, David is here. Also, Transformatics, everyone's Lord Soundwarp, everyone's coming in. Thank you, David, for the happy birthday YouTube member. Keep it retro. I will always keep it retro. Proto retro. Bring it back, yo. Um, Even got some French people here too. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's gonna be a busy one today, guys. I apologize. It's gonna be a very busy stream today. A lot of cool stuff we're gonna be showing and everything. So let's talk about this Black Rodimus. So we knew it was gonna happen. I mean, when we got Studio Series all that while back, and I always keep one close by because it's officially my favorite Transformer toy ever made at this point. When this boy was made, we knew it was just a matter of time. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of just when. And yeah, man, yeah, it's looking real good. I really like what I like more than anything about this. Number one, the choice of paint decos. They really like the way that the flame is done on the chest is slavishly loyal to the old Jesse Witherich, Pete Sinclair, whoever was in charge of doing the paint deco back then at BotCon in 2008. Whoever was, I think it was Jesse. I would have to imagine. Jesse's usually the mastermind behind a lot of that stuff back then. Um, it's super slavishly loyal to it. So that's really cool that they copied 100% that deco. The face sculpt, it's actually like a new head sculpt. It's not just let's take the hot rod head sculpt and paint on a mustache like they did with the original Shattered Glass Rodimus. This is a brand new head sculpt with the mustache and the goatee, looking fantastic. I love the use of translucent plastic on it. Looks really good with the red and everywhere. And what I love is the big issue that this damn mold had, and I've talked about this before. I'll bring up the old Roddy here, is the yellow plastic. Because of the way it was molded with the rest of the toy, it ended up having to be used for the knees, which is like, that looks kind of weird, and it had to be used for there. And then if you could see, well, you can see it a little bit here too, it was also used for the top of the car mode. So by using a gunmetal kind of gray plastic for the spoiler, it just melds with everything beautifully and it doesn't even stick out. Yeah, maybe a little bit for the roof of the car, but not as bad as like a bright yellow on a maroon surface for the roof. So I think it looks great. I am very excited about this. This is probably, it's going to be some kind of Hasbro Pulse exclusive, some kind of like generation selects, or they'll do like I imagine because right now they're not really continuing Shattered Glass in like a strong form. So I could see this being a Gen Selects one shot of Shattered Glass. Wouldn't surprise me. Kind of like how, look, we had Gen Select stuff that was unreleased G2 stuff like Sandstorm long before they did the Toxitron collection. So I could kind of see that being done too. I think it looks great. MSRP is going to probably be the standard Voyager class price point, so no surprises there. I love how the paint budget is being done. I mean, not much more I could really say about it except about how great it is. Looks really, really good. I love it. Tell me what you think with the super chats, but I think it looks real good. Then we got, speaking of Toxitron collection, this was another one that also showed up. We got our first look. We talked about this, geez, I want to say like a month and a half ago or 2 months ago when we saw the listings first of this from JT Prime 17, and it said G2 Mirage. And right away I'm like, well, there's only one G2 Mirage I could think of outside of like the GoBot Spy Changer. And yeah, it's this one right here. And it's the watermelon colored, crocodile spoilered G2 Mirage, 90s as F, as I like to say. Looking incredible. Super excited about this. I do have my quibbles about it. If you listens to my individual, oh, Lee J's in the house. What's up, Lee J? Um, it's one of these things where you know, if I had it my way, I think I would have used like parts of the siege mold on this, because if you look at that original box art in the bottom left there, you won't be able to put the rocket launcher on his shoulder like the original box art. I would have liked it if they used the toy accurate head and just painted it complete. Well, not even painted. You just got to just not paint it. Make it completely green. I like, if they're gonna go unreleased G2 Mirage, I want you to go all the way. Go all the way. Get every fine. I mean, the fact that they went out of their way to make sure like all the other paint deco matches, the chest having the 188 on the chest and all the little things, the black tip on the rocket launcher, but the pink rocket launcher otherwise, the silver gun, all the other details are there. within the limitations that they have. Obviously, there's some gang molding that gets in the way, like the feet not being silver because of how it's gang molded to the rest of the plastic. I totally get that. Totally do. Totally do. But I mean, I think it looks superb. I have a soft spot for open wheeler Formula One Indy cars. So whenever I see these, I always go out of my way to pick them up somehow. I have not seen Crasher though. I saw Crasher for like a hot second at a Walmart, and then I never saw her again. And she was like crazy full price, and I was just like, I don't know if I want to pay that. And I was like, oh, I'll wait for a sale. And then, well, that wave just kind of dissipated. I'll get another chance in the future. It's not the end of Crasher. I'm pretty sure we'll see plenty of her in the future. But yeah, I think it looks great. I think it's fantastic. It's so 90s as hell. I can't stress that enough. I really can't. It's like I'm getting like flashbacks, like your Transformatic says Watermelon Bubblicious. Totally that, man. It's totally Hubba Bubba or Bubblicious. I'm having memories of going to the old dep, the bodega, the dépanneur, as we call it here in Montreal, Quebec, during high school in the 90s and picking up a pack of Bubblicious or Hubba Bubba in watermelon flavor. It just looks so much like that. Really cool. I dig it. Again, probably this is going to be either in a 2-pack or it'll be in a single MSRP item on the Toxitron collection. If it's it's a deluxe class, so deluxe MSRP depending on your location. I am hyped about it. I only hope it's not a buzzworthy Bumblebee. I hope that it's its own standalone thing going with the Walmart stuff and get a good distribution. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. That's what I hope. What's up, Larry? What's up? We also got this was also revealed. There was some footage too. We see the command and convert Optimus Primal. BMAC from Hasbro did a pretty extensive video a couple of days ago showing how this thing functions. I mean, look, I'll give it credit where credit's it's due. It's a big, pretty looking item. It looks like it's fun, at least for like a good 15 minutes, but it's that price point. That's the what is it, 125, 129? That's a lot of cheese you got. Like when you think about, you know, what 125 or even 130 could get you in the Transformer world today. Ugh, I don't know. And again, I sound like a broken telephone, but excuse me, a broken record, not a broken telephone, broken record. But I've seen this before where you get these big, huge, gimmicky kind of Transformer products. I mentioned the Ultimate Bumblebee, but even after that, the Devastator when that went on clearance, even looking at Transformers Prime when we had Predaking, there was like this big version of Predaking that was gimmicky. Transformers The Last Night, there was a big version of Dragonstorm that was like all big and gimmicky. Remember that giant Grimlock that had that pullback transformation thing? All of those always these big crazy items. The thing about them is they take a lot of space in retail, and then the retailers go, we need to get rid of this. This is taking too much space. And they just dive in value. And look at Ultimate Bumblebee. Ultimate Bumblebee sold like crazy at a time when Transformers was at its peak. It was a $90 to $100 USD item. And now you go on eBay and you buy them for 25 bucks. So if somehow you really, really want to get this, and look, I'll be honest with you, I love Beast Wars. I love Optimus Primal. This invokes more of that Beast Wars Optimus Primal than it does, let's say, a Rise of the Beast Optimus Primal. Let's be real here. It's cool. It's fun. It's gimmicky. Do I want to have a big monkey in my room? Sure, why not? Everyone wants to have a big monkey swinging around in their room, if you know what I mean. Giggity. But the point is, it's something where $125. I don't know. I'm living in a world where I don't have G-Axis, but I'm going to spend 125 on this. Hells no. Hells no. So I'm going to wait. This will go on sale when this thing drops to 40 bucks, and it will. Mark my words. Mark my words. When this drops to 40 bucks and it shows up in an Ollie's or what's the American equivalency? Marshalls, Marks, like they also have like different kinds of closeout places. This thing's going to show up and it's going to be super cheap, and then it's going to be some kind of Black Friday pre-Christmas cheap item that'll end up, and we'll all be the better for it. I mean, if you love this, that's cool. But I'm just telling you, for your wallet's sake, I'm telling you, just wait it out. Just wait it out. But here's something you don't want to wait out, because this thing I think is worth it. Man, let's talk about that Beast Wars Again 2-pack BWVS04. So we got the Japanese retailer pre-order images here. That's why they say reproduction prohibited. These are actually meant for the Japanese retailers' eyes only, but yet they always end up out in the public ever so quickly. And they did this fantastic 2-pack, somehow taking that Tigatron and that Black Arachnia and making them even better than even before, making them even better. And let me just pull the Tigatron over here. Like our Tigatron, see, mine isn't yellowing yet. Like, I know that's granted, there's no sunlight that gets into this room, and this is a climate controlled room. But I mean, like, people have been having yellowing problems, and the Tigatron has like the dirty areas of it. That's just how the design is. This one is extremely loyal to that of the animation model, having that vibrant white of that Siberian tiger that he was, and just looks great. The metallic blue, and probably going to be better plastic, so it might not have the photosensitivity, as the technical term is, which we call yellowing. So I think it looks great. Super excited about that. And the Black Arachnia, my goodness, they painted the knees the area, so the knees are accurate. The legs are accurate. They gave the correct spider legs, so now it has the correct spider legs. Now you don't have to swap them with the toy accurate buzzworthy 4-pack Black Arachnia. I think it's great. The MSRP on this has not been confirmed, but if you look at similar MSRPs of this stuff, so like, let's give an example. The Beast Wars return, Beast Wars again, BWVS02 is Rhinox and Scorponok, a Voyager and a deluxe class, much like this one here is a Voyager and a deluxe class. That went for, if I remember correctly, $59.99 to $69.99. So it depended on which retailer you went with. But when you think about how much a deluxe and a Voyager costs in normal retail, I mean, it costs almost the same with taxes. So, and you get a premium finish here. And like I've said before, the best possible paint scheme that these molds will probably ever see. Ever. So if you don't own like Masterpiece, Black Arachnia, and Tigatron, this is a more than respectable second place that you could pick up at a fraction of the cost. And it's probably going to have that cool box homage that you have in the bottom right there from 1997, that nice little 2-pack that they had back in the day. The Jungle Showdown, as it was called. So pretty cool. Very hyped about that. That one, supposedly we're going to get better images, and the pre-orders for that will go live on the Takara Tomy store on June 5th, which will be Japan time. So June 4th for us, pretty much. And also probably will show up on Hasbro Pulse, because the past ones have showed up on Hasbro Pulse. So keep an eye out for that faux show. Another one, here's another one here, another Masterpiece. Masterpiece G1 Hoist. We don't know his MP number. I mean, maybe 58, maybe 59. We don't know what's happening with that cliff jumper we saw that leaked, I want to say half a year ago. We still don't know what the story is with that. But it looks really good too. I love how it's not just like a straight up repaint of the Trailbreaker that they did. It's a brand new tooling. It has that gut, that rounder body that Hoist has, that Fluro Deary gave him all those years ago with Sunbow animation, with Marvel and Transformers. So I think it looks great. Fantastic. The accessories, while it's very hard to tell from the blurry image, go check out my original segment that I did on this just a couple of days ago, where I show where all the references come from, like in what episodes do these accessories come from. But it looks like you get a toy accurate front end for the vehicle, you get a show accurate front end for the vehicle, you get an alternate face sculpt, you get the mask from Hoist Goes to Hollywood of the alien, monsters. You get two different, I guess we'll call them Hoist's workshop accessories, a hammer and a wrench. The hammer was found in the Desertion of the Dinobots, and I believe the wrench was from the Master Builder when he was working with Grapple. Speaking of Grapple, you get the Grapple-esque kind of crane device, which, let me just pull up I guess this was the Earthrise one, so it had a similar kind of gimmick where you did this. And also the Masterpiece did it too, the Masterpiece Grapple, but I'm not going to go pull that out of the shelf. So he had that kind of thing. So you're going to have that too with this one here also, for that one scene where they were working together. Just like how Inferno, kind of like his brother from another mother, is Red Alert. Grapple, it's kind of Hoist. They kind of work together and stuff. And then you got like some stuff that's kind of hard to identify. It looks like blast accessories and other things too. So a lot of cool stuff here. Looks very cool. Again, I try to go out of my way to pick up all the masterpieces just because they kind of are the pinnacle of Transformers in design, especially when they're pretty affordable at times. Like I'll look at some third party stuff that's like masterpiece, and I use air quotes here, masterpiece, and there'll be sometimes maybe 3 or 4 times more than what I'd be willing to pay. But then I find out something like this is only like 120 to 140 on, I'm not gonna like these guys aren't sponsors of us, but let's say Ami Ami or Robot Kingdom. Those are two guys that I usually look to for prices. They're getting free advertising here today, but but the point is that, I love what I see. It looks really good. We'll probably again also get good images of this because this is also going to be going up on Takara Tomi's website for pre-order and everything. And it'll probably show up on Hasbro Pulse on June 5th. And the last one, also another June 5th pop-up, bam, the last member of the MPG train bots. Here we go. Let's talk about Ryden. Kai-En, the final member, or Ka-En, depending how you want to pronounce it. I always hear Kai-En when I watch the Headmaster episodes. So, final member of the train bots, your lower torso region. So now you could finally stand them up properly because if you've been collecting it up to this point, you can't, unfortunately. Um, but yeah, hey, final member. This guy, I think, because it looks like he doesn't come with much. Like some of the other members, they would come with like the big sword or the head for Ryden or some of the other pieces. It looks like he probably just comes with his gun and the train track piece. And considering every member of Ryden more or less has had a different price because they're really just modulating the prices based on how much the individual member comes with of the six, I'm thinking 125 to 130, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Like Shuki and I think some of the others were like, I think in that like higher 135 mark, but it's somewhere in that ballpark. And I mean, I think it looks really good. He's the DE10 diesel locomotive. Looks really nice. Dig it a lot. Um, man, we're done riding. Look how quickly that happened. Like the big V came, kind of screwed that up for a bit, but then now we're just kind of rolling in, and now Ryden's complete. And now the question is, what's next? What's the next MPG? Did Ryden sell well enough for Hasbro and Takar to go, who's the next one we're gonna do? Who's the next MPG? Hmm. Who is next? Who is next? But we'll see. And again, that's another June 5th thing that's going to pop up. We'll get better images than those blurry, very hard to see images there. Again, these are all retailer pre-order images. These are sent to retailers to just go, hey, this product's going to be coming out. Are you interested in ordering units or pre-ordering it? They don't care about the nitty gritty or how HD the photo is. They just need to know what time, when, and how much. So pretty cool. We got some updates on Transformers 1, the animated movie that's going to be coming out. So originally it was slated to have a release date of July 19th in 2024. That has been delayed. Oh, Jaws D is here. Oh, snap. Even Jaws D is here. Look at that. Look at that. Everyone is here. Everyone say hi to Jaws D in the chat. Everyone's popping in today. So Transformers 1 getting delayed. Some people were saying, and I didn't think of this when I did my individual segment, but they're totally right. Could be the writer's strike that might be holding this back. I mean, and that makes sense in a lot of ways because this movie definitely, it better be written correctly. I don't want another Revenge of the Fallen situation where the writer's strike happens in 2008 and then Orsi and Kurtzman write the entire script in 1 week in a hotel room for Michael Bay. So I don't want that nasty disaster happening all over again. But yeah, so the new date that they have is September 13th, 2024. I don't know how they came onto that date, but like I said in my other video, to quote Miyamoto, an early game is bad forever, but a late game done right is good forever. So better for it to be late and done right than done early and rushed and it's a mess. Because again, kind of, look at Revenge of the Fallen. Revenge of the Fallen had a lot more potential than it could have been, especially for a sequel coming off of a big movie like Transformers 2007. So really hyped though. Otherwise, I'm very curious what they do with this because this is going to be a robot driven story, a robot movie. And I just hope it's done right. It's got all those big name actors with it. It better be done good. paying all that money to have Christopher Hemsworth and everyone. So it better be good. Shaking my fist. Better be good. We also got Hasbro contacted me directly on this one. One of their marketers contacted me to ask me to get the word out. I did an individual segment about it, but I'm going to just bring it to attention today in case people didn't see it, because I find some people, they watch my live streams and that's the platform they want to be able to enjoy my content on. So if you are in the Brooklyn, New York area, they're doing the Transformers Battle in Brooklyn free, emphasis, free fan event. They're going to have a ton of cool stuff. They're going to have brand new toys on display, Transformers graffiti, a whole bunch of events, giveaways, all kinds of cool stuff, props on display. It's going to be this crazy free event. It's going to be Saturday, June 3rd, 2023, from 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, New York, at the intersection, and this is the warehouse that you're seeing here, intersection Waterbury Street and Scholl Street. Again, free for all. Anyone who shows up. So if you're in the Brooklyn area or in the New York area, you could drive down. Lord knows I'd love to go down. That'd be pretty cool. But kind of out of my hands right now. It's not too bad. If I drove to Brooklyn, would that be 6 hours? 6 hours if I drove like a madman nonstop for a 4-hour event and then leave. The event is shorter than my driving. But yeah, so if you're in that area, there's a crazy huge Transformer fan event happening. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff there too. So I'm really curious what they're going to show off. And yeah, pretty awesome that they're doing it in Brooklyn, where a chunk of the movie is based in, which was using Montreal as Brooklyn. But let's not talk about that. It was recorded in Montreal, but it's supposed to be Brooklyn. I guess it's cheaper to record in Montreal. So anyway, so check out that event again. That's coming up, and that's my request from Hasbro to get that word out on that one. So pretty hype. And last thing we're going to cover is our Symbiote Studios SDCC Reveal today. So how many people we got? We got 130 people. So we have a brand new SDCC Symbiote Studios plush that's going to be. It's going to be a SDCC exclusive, and then whatever doesn't sell at the show will be on the website. But we can't make promises if it'll make it to the website. It's kind of what happened with Unicron. They sold a whole bunch of Unicron. There was limited product that made it to the website, and then that was gone. So don't miss out like they missed out with that guy there, big man. So here we go. This one has a little bit of a connection to us here at the podcast. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Here it comes. Everyone, enjoy.
Excuse me.
Me, Grimlock, want to munch metal.
So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, sirree, the Transformers Slag, or Slug, if you want to go with trademarks, but the Transformers Slag plush is here. It is here, ladies and gentlemen. San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. Get your plush. Of course, you also saw the Grimlock and the Grimlock Want to Munch Metal t-shirt. So if you are in the San Diego Comic-Con area and want to pick up an exclusive Transformers plush officially licensed by Hasbro, this is an official product. This isn't some third-party, fan-made, low-quality. These are Symbiote Studios plushes. They are awesome. They are big. They are huge. It's all about being big and huge in this world. And it could join your Grimlock that you've already picked up, if you haven't already. And it also is a nice nod to the pod. So it is here today. Transformer Slag, Transformer Slug, Symbiote Studios plush. Again, after the con, whatever leftover inventory, if there is any left, that's my big concern. I worry that I don't want to make that promise because it might sell out. But if there is any leftover inventory, it will show up on symbiotestudios.com. What's up, Aaron Archer? You just missed the plush reveal, although it's right in front of your face, actually. But so this is going to be the SDCC Transformer Slag plush exclusive. Check that out. Licensed by Hasbro and Symbiote Studios. And we got more to reveal later this month. So stay tuned. Well, not this month, next month. So stay tuned. We're going to have some stuff that is going to be shown for the very first time here on the Transformer Slag podcast. And hopefully, if we play our cards right, they will also be in person for you to check out, just see how big they are on display at TFCon in Toronto in July. So stay tuned for that, Jack. One more time for the video. One more time, eh?
Excuse me.
Me Grimlock want to munch metal.
So yeah, be sure to stay tuned for that. We're going to probably have more information on it, price, availability, all that stuff. We'll keep you guys posted on that for sure, because that's one of many things we have planned. We also have a TFCon exclusive item related to the podcast and stuff like that too, which will be available for people. If you've been a patron for 2 months or more, like if you pretty much become a patron today, by the time the TFCon exclusive debuts, you'll be able to get it for free in the mail. The cutoff point will obviously be the beginning of June. We're going to be sending the exclusive for free in the mail to patrons. And then people obviously who show up at TFCon, they have to just pay for it because it's a TFCon exclusive. Unless you're a patron, but that's a whole other story. I'll have all the details with that later. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff happening otherwise. But that's it more or less for the news. So there's the plush. Enjoy it. We're going to have other stuff we're going to be revealing in the next couple of weeks. Stay tuned for that. Really exciting stuff. Really, really exciting stuff. And yeah, so we'll get into what we got this week, I guess, for the birthday week. Is there going to be a Transformer Slag t-shirt? If you want Transformer Slag t-shirts, there is available through, I think it's, what is it called? TeePublic, that I do stuff with them. Although I am trying to figure out a way that we could make t-shirts even cheaper. I don't care about I don't make money on the t-shirts. I just want the t-shirts to be out there. That's why a lot of times when they have sales and when the sales happen, I don't make a penny. Like, it's literally just the material and it gets out there. I just want people to have the t-shirt. That way they're wearing the t-shirt. You know, you can't pay for that kind of advertising, as I like to say. You know, and you people want to get a Transformer Slag podcast. I know Michael Koo has the TeePublic ones. I want to get more of them out there. I'm going to try to figure out a way. I've been talking with Symbiote. I've been talking with Spring. That's another t-shirt developer. I want to have something because I want to have two. I want to have one that has the banner, and then I want to have one that has like the Jaws D and Me square design that Josh Perez did many years ago. I want to have like different options for people. That way they could choose based on their wardrobe. Because if you're wearing just the t-shirt, you could wear the banner one. If you're someone like me that sometimes wears like an overshirt, you could have the square one. So I'm going to try to figure it out. Hopefully before Toronto. Hopefully it gives me a good month and some change to plan some stuff out. Because I know people have been asking for t-shirts and mugs and all kinds of stuff, bumper stickers. They want that kind of stuff. We'll figure stuff out. We will. I have a nice collage already of a bunch of fans. Every time someone tells me they bought the t-shirt, I'm like, could you send me a selfie of you with the t-shirt? And we're doing a nice little collage of all the fans that picked up the shirt. So if you picked up the shirt, contact me so I could add you to the collage. If you want, even I'll block out your face if it's a big deal to you. But I'll put like a meme face or something, or your favorite Transformer. But I just want to it's kind of cool. It's cool to have that. It's cool stuff. And that's from the lovely Joshua Perez, who made our logo all those years ago. Super talented IDW artist and creator. He worked on more books than I have fingers and toes. Let's put it that way. Between Megatron Origins, the Energon books, the Robots in Disguise books, all the different Beast books and everything. Super talented dude. Are you wearing the t-shirt in the video, Jawsdy's asked? This is the Me Grimlock Want to Munch Metal shirt. This is the regular shirt that you can pick up right now on Symbiote Studios. Mikey and Louie says, more Dinobot plushies. Got to catch them all. Yep. And speaking of which, we might as well talk about it. So here's Symbiote Studios' other stock. They're one of our sponsors here. They're also very supportive of all we do here on the podcast. If there is any sponsors that we have here on the pod, it's mostly ones that I feel make sense. What was that one there that I dodged the bullet that people were telling me about? What was it called there? the one there where I had to hawk a piece of land and say you're going to become a lord. What was that stupid one there that I dodged? Something titles. Ugh, I remember that one when they contacted me. Remember when they explained it to me? I'm like, that doesn't sound very kosher. So, whenever we have a sponsor on the pod, it's something that I feel makes sense. And Symbiote Studios makes a lot of sense. The official plush pins and t-shirts of Transformers. And of course, all the others. So you got to see Slag. He's going to be added to the list soon for the convention exclusive for 2023. So be sure to stay tuned for that when we're going to reveal the others. We got 3 more we got to reveal. 3 more others. So stay tuned for that. And they look amazing. Let me tell you, I've already seen the prototypes and the test shots. They look real good. And they'll be in person at TFCon. Hopefully we'll have the display ready for them. And established titles. There's that. Man, that was so stupid. Established titles. So glad I didn't get that one. That one seemed like a scam from day one. But yeah, Symbiote Studios, good sponsors. And of course, they also do all the other Hasbro brands, Power Rangers, My Little Pony, G.I. Joe, Magic the Gathering, and more. They're working on some other stuff too, so be sure to check them out. I think they got a whole new range of My Little Pony stuff, actually, that they did. Check it out, symbiotestudios.com. They're my boys. Shout out to Joseph and the crew. Always supporting the podcast, doing the good deeds for us, and making the Transformer Slag plush. Hey, man, we got a plush. We got a plush. Awesome stuff. And of course, And Deceits. Love And Deceits. If you are a Western Transformer fan and you want to get the ultimate Transformer seating experience, anddeceits.com. Use promo code Protoman and get 15% off your first order of And Deceits with metallic clasp. Metallic magnetic clasp seating, lower lumbar support that is removable of your choice of character, Optimus, Bumblebee, or Megatron. Hopefully they'll make a turbo revving young punk in the future. And then maybe I'll give away this seat. Maybe I'll do it as a giveaway or something. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But yeah, anddeceits.com, another beautiful sponsor of the podcast that just makes sense. Just makes sense. And of course, let's talk about Aaron Archer. So Aaron Archer, now the latest episode of the Toy Armada has already been recorded. I'm pretty much done the audio editing of it, and then we're going to dive into the visual part of it because there's a lot of cool behind the scenes images that I want to show you guys. I don't want to spoil what the segment is. Aaron already talked about it a little bit on his live stream yesterday. He didn't spoil the theme, but he did say it is Transformer related. It will be Transformer related. And we plan to get it out before mid-June for sure, even early June. I'm working heavily on it because it's going to be a really good segment. It's a good hour of talking about, again, some good Transformer stuff. Whole bunch of images that most people have not seen, behind the scenes stuff, just a lot of cool things. And yeah, so be sure to stay tuned with that. But if you haven't already, we got the Armada episode talking about Super Base Optimus Prime. We break down that toy and its history and how it was designed and Aaron's opinions of the brand new one that has come out from Hasbro, the Legacy Evolution Commander Class one. So if you want to get a good, I think that one's an hour and a half talking about that one with me and Aaron. Check it out, the Toy Armada with Aaron Archer. And if you want more Aaron Archer, again, Aaron Archer's Art of Transforming Robots, Volume 1, Black and White Edition. There's very few copies left because this one is going to be retired. And then at TFCon Toronto coming up in July, Volume 2 Color Edition, which is a completely new one with new art, new stuff, will be debuting. And you'll be able to pick that one up. So this one here, $20. And if you throw in an extra $15, he will do a sketch on the inside of the book of your choice, of your character. archermonster.com/shop. Some good stuff over there. Aaron's a talented dude and a great person to talk to about the history of the robots in disguise. But aside from that, that's it more or less for that stuff. And again, go check out Aaron's live stream that he did yesterday. He talked about some really cool original 13 stuff. There was a lot of images that even myself, I've never seen before. Let's just say I was hitting that print screen button like crazy. Oh my God, what is that? What is that? Taking screenshots. A lot of really good stuff. Aaron, you gotta share that stuff with me because we have to do we should do a panel or something. Unseen stuff of the original 13. That'd be really cool. We'll do that at a future convention. Someone asked, sorry, I just something about Anda seats. How much are the Anda seats with your promo code Protoman? I don't know because I know they did a discount recently. They reduced the prices on their seats for the summer season because there's all kinds of events and stuff. I don't want to say a specific number because I'd have to check right now, and I don't want to make a promise. Then, not to mention when these play in replays with people, sometimes the prices change too. Who doesn't want more of the Aaron Archer? I agree. But yeah, so that's it more or less for our sponsors. Again, thank you for our sponsors, Symbiote Studios, Hasbro, and Seats. Hasbro supposedly is going to be sending me a promo box for Rise of the Beast. I'm going to be getting it some point this week. I know Dan Larson of Toy Galaxy got his. So I contacted Dan and go, what did you get? What did you get inside there so I know what I'm getting? That way I know which toys not to buy because those will be free in the box. Supposedly it's going to be one of every price point and every kind of segmentation. So I just hope we get I want a Studio Series Cheetor. I passed up picking him up and I haven't really seen him that much outside of GameStop. So pretty hype, pretty hype. So let's talk about what we got this week. So I got a big, beautiful birthday box from Mikey and Louie. A whole bunch of cool stuff in there. The big one was pretty much every Super Mario Brother movie toy, short of like a few. And by the way, these things are amazing. Like I buy a lot of Jax's Mario products. These movie ones are crazy high quality. And you know what I love about? The eyes follow you no matter how you turn the head. Look at that. Isn't that creepy? Look at that. Because they use like a glass over it. Aaron probably knows like the trick to it using a translucent plastic over a stationary image. But yeah, pretty cool. These are like super high quality. They have like tons of joints. This is like SH Figure Arts level. Like they even paint. Look, there's like let me just show. They even put like see that little piece of gold on his hip there. That's the button of his jeans. Like like how on jeans they have like like a little brass button. They even painted that in. That's so crazy how much detail. They're like SH Figure Arts level quality. They are so nice. So I got all of those from Mikey and Louie. We also got uh, the Super Mario Brother van looking good. I had to crack that one open right away because this is just so cool. So it's obviously it doesn't go to scale with like let's say your figures. This is more. It's obviously it's a play set for the micro stuff, and it kind of works I guess with the 1.5-inch figures, but it opens up to make that first scene from the trailer with Toad and Mario and the Mushroom Kingdom. Don't touch that mushroom. It's poisonous. Oh no, not that one. That one's okay. So in the Darkland over there, really cool. I love these little. I'm a big Mighty Max guy. I love like Micro Machine, Mighty Max kind of playset stuff. Always been a huge fan of that stuff. I actually have one of my Mighty Max playsets right there. I always keep my Skull Dungeon nearby. So I got this one. They sent me the Mushroom Kingdom one that's upstairs. I've unpacked that one. That one's amazing too. All the minifigs, all these figures. They sent me that. They sent me the the pullback Princess Toadstool, aka Peach motorcycle. Got all of those. Those were really cool. But that wasn't it. Big old box from Mikey and Louie of cool stuff. Cool Protoman birthday stuff. Um, this one, I always have this thing where I want to own the best version of every character. So this is the Cyberverse version of Volcanicus. Obviously, it doesn't break apart and make the individual members, but this is probably as good as we're going to get of the Dinobot combiner from Cyberverse. And considering he played a big part in the Cyberverse movies, I just want to own a version. I think I bought this on sale actually, and I sent it to them and they sent it to me because it was an American website sale if I remember correctly. It was so long ago. Then, of course, I love this. The Super 7 Unicron done in the old prototype style. Joseph Ritter, thank you for the super chat. Happy birthday. Thank you, sir. Thank you. It's going to be a busy birthday for me. Let's put it that way. Uh, this is really cool. This one, the Super 7 Unicron. I kind of want to get a second one because I bought this to open it and then I looked at it on the card and how nice the card back is and it's not punched. And I was like, ooh, I think I want to get a second one now so I can have a second one open. It kind of sucks. Like, you see, like they show it like this and then on the back, it was supposed to have the gun that the original toy came with. And by the original toy, I mean the unreleased toy. I kind of like did a post on my Twitter showing like how the original toy worked and transformed and everything. Super happy about that. I love Super 7 stuff. This one I got two of these actually. Because you have to. It's the law of my house. If there's a Hot Rod toy, you have to pick it up. So the Transformers the movie reissue, movie accurate colored Hot Rod. I cracked open one of them. This is the sealed one. I mean, man, the amount of paint that they put on this. What's crazy is they painted his fists. And if you're someone that knows, actually, you know what? I always have one nearby. So if you know the original toy, those are molded in plastic. It's supposed to match all the orange in the other areas of the figure. They actually painted the fists, which is kind of scary because you actually put the weapons in the fists, and I worry that maybe over time that might wear out the paint. But I mean, the fact that they painted the fists, come on, it's getting a little blurry there. There we go. The fact that they painted the fist, the chest, it has that more pinkish magenta that Hot Rod was. Just amazing. You're probably going to see a photo shoot of that maybe on the Instagram at some point in the future. Very good, very good. What else? What else? I got a bunch of stuff. I'm not going to show everything. Oh, I do want to show one thing though. So Mikey and Louie. So this is the Super 7 one, and Louie made me a 3D printed one many months ago. I mean, that's pretty close, Louie. I mean, you like imagine you didn't even have this in hand at the time. Look at that. Look how close you got it. And the thing with Louie's transforms. Of course, it's a little bit part for me, but there you go. Orson Welles, you know? So, pretty close, Louie. I'm shocked. Like, it's almost as if you work for Super 7 or something and you know the designs. But you pretty much nailed it. Like, even in the scale, like, it's pretty close. When I get a second one and I open it up, I'm going to put them next to each other to really compare. I was surprised how close you nailed it when you did your 3D printed one. We got more super chats. Mikey and Louie with the $20 gold super chat. Happy birthday, Proto the Man. Only question is, what's for birthday dinner? Leftovers of Chinese food. We bought $75 of leftovers we did not finish. Orange beef, Canadian broccoli with fried noodles, a Cantonese chow mein, peanut butter dumplings, and some deep fried wonton. All from Cam Shing. Jaws D knows what I'm talking about. They're hype. We went in, we picked it up. Good stuff. Good stuff. JR Mina from the Philippines super chat. Happy birthday, Protoman. Thank you, JR Mina. Appreciate it. And Michael Koo with the $5 happy birthday. Thank you, Michael Koo. Thank you for all the super chats, my friends. Mikey and Louie, don't tell anyone he works for Super 7. The last big item, I mean, there's a bunch of other stuff. They sent me some Digimon cards. I got a graded store. This is a fun one because I like Wizardmon from Digimon. He was always a cool character, so I got a graded PS10 Gem Mint Store Champion Wizardmon card, and then a whole bunch of other Wizardmon cards and Gabumon cards, courtesy of Mikey and Louie. They sent that. A whole bunch of other stuff. I mean, there's a lot. I don't want to be here all day with you guys. The last thing that I did get though, and I might as well show you this one. I got this boy. But I got it on sale. So $90? What was it? $90? Big mother effer. Aaron Archer era. Aaron, who did this one? Was this Eric that did this figure? Who did the original back in the day of Cybertron Metroplex? So picked him up too. He came in the mail in the Mikey and Louie Presento Boxo. And opened it up in the kitchen. Well, even knocking the microphone here. Opened him up in the kitchen. A lot bigger than I thought he was going to be. I guess I got kind of messed up with the arc and stuff being a lot smaller, but he's pretty big. Pretty big. Spuntimus Prime, happy birthday, Proto. Thank you, Spuntimus Prime. And Snorlado, I haven't seen you in a while. Happy birthday, Digimon Hype. I love Digimon. Hey, man, I grew up in the 90s with you guys. You know, Fox Kids, Digimon, Adventure, 01. Loved Wizardmon. Rest in peace, Wizardmon. You were a good dude. I have my old little Wizardmon PVC figure from back in the day when Bandai was putting those out. I'm an 80s kid, but I was a big 90s kid too. So I lived in both of those eras. So Metroplex is huge. Like if you were able to, like I picked him up for $90. I was not going to pay full MSRP. I've talked about this with you guys. When you get big items like this, and this goes back to what we were just talking about with the Optimus Primal. When you get big items like this, sooner or later retail goes, bro, we got to move this thing, you know. And yeah, $90 instead of what was the MSRP? $159.99, something like that. Was a lot more. Picked them up for 90. Very happy with them for 90. For sure, I'm going to do a photo shoot of this with the original Metroplex, and I have the Japanese version, the Cybertron Gigalonian Metro Convoy. You know, actually, it wasn't called Metro. What was he called? He was called, I think it was Megalo Convoy. It was Gigalonia was the planet in Japan. Megalo Convoy. There you go. And he came with an exclusive Optimus Prime. So, going to do a nice photo shoot there. Rest in peace, Leomon. Yeah, he passed away too in the show. That was early episodes though. Leomon had a really good transforming toy too. They had those Digimon transforming toys. Those were awesome. But yeah, man, good stuff. Good stuff. Was it $200? Oh my goodness, man. See, that's just it. So I bought it for 90. Really, it's true. It was $199. I'm thinking the Arc. The Arc was $169.99. This was $200. Oh God. Oh, good. That is too much. Look, I think it's cool. I think it's huge. He has an articulated crotch. No joke. I was messing with it with the transformation. His crotch is articulated. I'm not even kidding. It's a fun toy, but $200. I'm going to say it again. Think about what $200 gets you in Transformers, and sometimes, especially in the loose complete market. You know, always go to a con, take a look around, look at some loose complete items from some dealers, and then you realize how much more you could walk home with. Sometimes is it worth it to have the box, you know? Yeah, Gigalo Convoy. Was it Gigalo Convoy? Wasn't it Gigalonia and it was Megalo Convoy? I thought it was Megalo Convoy. Correct me if I'm wrong. Someone look that up for me, because this is the most important thing in my life. I thought it was Megalo Convoy and then Gigalonia was the planet. Someone double check that for me. I love the Digimon movie. I went to see the Digimon movie with Jaws D. I think we went to see it twice. Did we go to see it twice? I remember seeing it twice, I think. Because they gave like free trading cards, exclusive trading cards at the time. Good stuff. I wanted to get an Omegamon trading card. Never got it from the original run. Mikey and Louie says, hey, when are we getting our Transmetal Beasties? Don't worry, they're going to get to that for sure. There's a whole story with that. Collector Prime with the $5 super chat. Happy birthday, Protoman. What TF content or toys are looking forward to the most within the next month? Obviously, the movie stuff is going to be pretty hype, so I can't wait to see the movie next month. That's kind of a given. In terms of product, I mean, I would like to see if Metal Hawk would show up locally in retail here. I'd like to pick him up. The only place I saw Metal Hawk was at GameStop, and GameStop always charges $5 to $10 more than they should for Transformers. And even my buddy Julian, he gets a discount with GameStop, and it's still not worth it because Quebec taxes totally destroy that discount. So free healthcare. Megalo Convoy. Thank you. I was right. It was Megalo Convoy. Let me tell you something, guys. When I do the podcast, sometimes people think I'm like reading from a piece of paper. Trust me, it's all coming from this corrupt mind, this crazy mind. His money is in the knees. Yeah, man. The joints on these are crazy. Like it's like crack, crack, crack. Like I feel like I'm breaking something. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. But yeah, looking forward to Rise of the Beast. It's gonna be pretty hype. I mean, I'm seeing early reports that are saying the movie is really good. So I'm really excited about that. Like I'm glad to hear that the movie is doing well, because like, it could go either way, it could go really good, really bad. So I'm glad to hear that the movie is really well done, that the pacing is done well and all that kind of stuff. So I'm excited. I'm excited about it. Hey, it's a Beast Wars movie. How bad could it be, right? But yeah, I think that's it. Did I show everything? No, I didn't show everything. There's some stuff that's upstairs. Mikey and Louie got me a really cool throw blanket. There's a lot of cool other stuff. Most of it's upstairs. I'm just kind of unboxing it all and everything, and then it finds its places in the appropriate rooms. Like all the Mario stuff is going to be in the gaming room and everything. These are amazing, guys. I'm telling you, like, I am so surprised. As someone who bought like the SH Figure Arts Mario stuff, I was shocked how high quality Jax's figures were. They really went all out with these movie toys. I didn't open up all the micro figure stuff, so I can't really judge that. But these full size deluxe ones, they're fantastic. Let's read some YouTube member and super chat questions. Let's see where we at here. Lizard Sphere X. If I miss anything, guys, just let me know. Lizard Sphere X, man, did we get a combining War Greymon, Metal Garurumon set, and they ended up Digivolving Spirit way too soon. Yeah, that's from the movie. I think it was originally called Omegamon in the Japanese version, then they called him Omnimon, I believe, here. Because I remember someone had a cam leak online. This is like early internet, late 90s. And like someone had a cam leak and it said Omegamon. And for the longest time, like, oh, it's Omegamon. Then I saw the movie and they called him Omnimon. It's one or the other. We got a gold super chat from Mark Morales, 516. I wonder if that's your area code, brother. Nice to see you again. Happy birthday, Proto. Just curious about what happened to the Velocitron 500 Hot Rod and the Studio Series Dark of the Moon Hatchet. Was Hot Rod canceled or delayed? What are your thoughts? So Ben of Marketing, BMAC, along with, I believe it was Evan, they addressed this in the Hasbro content creator stream. It was a private stream that was done with me, Tony Bacala of TFW 2005. Who else was there that publicly would want to be known that were there? Because some people, maybe they don't want to be known. I know Tony was there. I think Rodimus Primal was there. He was using his camera, so he was there. There were some people that were just there. Matt from TF Wiki was there. So there was a few others. I don't know if they want to be named. So, but there was a whole bunch of guys there, and a lot of people were asking questions, and that came up. And they said that the Velocitron Speedia 500 Hot Rod was not supposed to be revealed. It was just stock images for retail items. If stuff was going to work out, they said that there is no planned place for it right now, but it will show up somewhere at some point. That's the belief. The hatchet, I don't think they addressed that one, but if it's a Studio Series item that they put the time and energy into putting together, it's going to find a place at some point. The Hot Rod, I could understand if somehow it doesn't happen because it's just a repaint. So it's like there's not enough investment in it that they haven't already gotten back. Look, the original toy, then they reissued the Studio Series Hot Rod in new packaging, and now we have the Shattered Glass one that's going to be coming soon. Might as well just pull up that slide for a second. We have the Shattered Glass one that's going to be coming soon. So right away, they're already, they've got it covered if they want to do anything afterwards. But, with the hatchet, it's not like it's a repaint, retool something. That's a brand new sculpt and tooling. So they got to do something with it. I'm sure we'll see it at some point. I think that, Rise of the Beast being delayed from last year to this year kind of messed up the release date schedule for Studio Series items. I'm pretty sure they had to change packaging and renumber boxes and everything. Like imagine if it was, the Big V didn't happen and we got Rise of the Beast last year, all the numbers for the SSs would have been different. It would have been like SS, 68, Bumblebee or whatever. So I'm pretty sure we'll see something at some point. But that's for the hatchet. 100% I feel we're going to see something. The Hot Rod, they said they're going to try to find a place for it, but I could see it being look, it's a toy accurate Hot Rod. Buzzworthy Bumblebee item. That's what a lot of the toy accurate stuff end up in Buzzworthy Bumblebee. Look at the Beast Wars ones, the Pterosaur, the Dinobot. So maybe a Buzzworthy Bumblebee Hot Rod Studio Series. Possible. I do know that BMAC said though that the Optimus from Rise of the Beast will be the only Studio Series Buzzworthy Bumblebee item for 2023. So maybe not. And again, this is me just taking all the info that I've been getting from pretty much 3 same sources and trying to make sense of it. And 3 of those sources are official Hasbro people. So if everyone's on the same page, you get it? You understand what I mean? I hope you got that one. Joseph Ritter says, look at this. I'm a mini-con recruit. Hey, welcome, Joseph, to the mini-cons. If you want to be a mini-con, mini-cons are cool. Mini-cons are great. Mini-cons were made by someone in this chat. He's a mini-con. Megalo Convoy needs his horrible. He needs his drill bits. That's the one thing. If ever they do the mini con for the Armada Megatron that we have, so we have Armada Megatron in Legacy. If they do Leader One's mini con, Leader One is pretty much the same design. It's actually a different sculpt completely, but it's the same similar design as Drillbit that came with the original Metroplex Megalo Convoy. So I'm pretty sure we'll get him at some point. The marriage could go together, and they'll be together again. And there you go. So even Mr. Bumblebot said the same thing I just said. We need a drill bit for Metroplex. Horrible was his Japaneso name. Where are we at? Let me just scroll. I don't want to miss anything here. Make sure I'm missing anything. I don't want to miss. There we go. Twins Corner with the super chat. Is there any update or any new Beast Wars vintage toys to be released? Tripredacus or Magnaboss? That would be fantastic. Those toys are big money. And that Metroplex Titan is so good. It's good. It's good for $90. I'm very happy to buy it for $90. Let's put it this way. Like, I have no regrets buying it for $90. If I bought it for $200, might be a different story. It's kind of the same thing. Like Unicron, like the HabsLab Unicron. I love it. I don't know if I near $1,000 Canadian after shipping love it. I don't know about that, but I do love it. I think Mikey and Louie's upgrade kit with Bin Studios definitely make me like it more. Let's put it that way. As for like other vintage Beast Wars, supposedly we're supposed to get Tarantulas. I remember seeing there was a JT Prime retail listing. This has to be like 4 or 5 months ago that has Tarantulas on there. That supposedly is going to be getting a reissue. So that'd be cool if we see Tarantulas, because he's one of those like early Rocky Bubble figures that, to get a complete one is kind of difficult because everyone loses the gun. But I do agree with you. Tripredacus, Magnaboss, man, those guys need to be brought to the modern age. Tripredacus has clear plastic on his missiles and stuff that always break. A nightmare of a figure to get complete. Magnaboss has GPS, so let's not even talk about that. If you own a Magnaboss, don't even touch it. Don't even try to combine Silverbolt to Prowl. You're just asking to break a toy and break those tabs. So to get something that's updated and doesn't use the traditional GPS plastic, I would like it if they took Magnaboss and used the Beast Wars second colors, which has like a different color scheme for the face and everything. That'd be pretty cool. Lio Comboy Jr., Skywarp, Liar Convoy Jr., and Ion Haidno. Or I don't know, it was called Sidon? Sidon, I think it was his Japanese name. Aaron the Minicon Man, of course. Of course, the man had handled all of them. Collector Prime with the $5 super chat. I was wondering, now that we have Unicron again, will we see an updated Primus in the movie or toy? I'd like to see my Cybertron Primus. I would love another. Well, you know what? Stephen Capel Jr., the director of the Creed movies, and the Transformer Rise of the Beast movie. He said in an interview that he wants this to be a trilogy and to bring back Unicron for all 3 movies. So we're going to have a literal movie universe Unicron trilogy, whether you like it or not in verbiage. So that means maybe we might have a certain Cybertronian god show up at some point. I would like updated toys of those. I mean, I love the original Cybertron, Galaxy Force Primus. I love that mold. I own it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. I own it in like every version because I love it so much. I think it's the coolest thing ever. I'll never forget the day I got it. I was just like, I remember sitting on my bed and going, "Oh my god, this is so cool." And the Unicron, I mean, we need a new Unicron toy, like for retail. I'm not saying like for a HasLab. We need a new Unicron product that's like nice and big and chunky. And in all honesty, in a world where we're still trying to figure out what the next Titan might be, yeah, sure. Hey, everyone wants a tidal wave. Everyone wants, maybe we'll do Majin Zarek. Maybe we'll do a Beast Wars ship that transforms like the Dark Side or the Axelon. But wouldn't it be cool if we got a Titan class Unicron? We haven't gotten one yet. It'd be nice to kind of, break that seal and get a Titan class Unicron if it has to be a movie based one with some cool design and everything. I'm pretty sure people will be forgiving of it. Let's put it that way. Mikey and Louie asked, Proto, is Ryden, in your opinion, chug scale already? Well, so I have, he's off camera here. Let me just try to I'll grab the box here. So I have, like, here's an example of Shuki. Look how, like, long Shuki is, right? So if the leg is like this high, it's like a Voyager class. They're much larger. Like I let's put it this way. It works with your Menasor, like let's say your Legacy Menasor combiner. For sure it works with that. But any of those like older, like you said, Chug, like those older Unicron, not Unicron, Combiner Wars era ones, it's going to be too tall. It's going to kind of be out of scale, unless you count like Devastator, I guess. But he works with the Legacy stuff. I think Hasbro's trying to make combiners larger now. So, and Ryden was like, man, we can't do it for retail, but we could probably do it for Masterpiece with the Japanese market because they love their trains. So, Michael Koo, is there any chance we'll get a Legacy Evolution Lyo Convoy repaint as a non-Japanese exclusive Flash Lyo Convoy release? Ooh, that's going to be a tough one. Flash Lyo Convoy? Well, you could barely see him in the back over there. Flash Lyo Convoy, but not being a Japanese release? I don't know about that. That's already a deep cut. It's kind of like how we had the Burning Convoy. Like, you could barely see him. It's right there. That's the Robot Master one. The Beast Wars one is over there. Burning Convoy, like the fact that he was going to be a Japanese exclusive using the Kingdom mold for Primal doesn't surprise me. And Flash Lyo Convoy, Japanese exclusive character from a Japanese exclusive cartoon series that debuted in a Japanese only movie that still to this day has never had an English translation officially on DVD outside of obviously torrents, so that's a big deep cut. Big deep cut. Very tough. Hard to say. Hard to say. Even getting stuff like Black Shadow and Overlord in retail product here. Yeah, they showed up in the IDW comics. Flash Lyo Convoy never made an IDW comic debut. So even he's a very obscure character only to a hardcore section of Transformer fans. And think about it, he only appeared for like a minute and a half. Transform, Punch Imagine Zarek, double Matrix Busta, and that's it. So, I mean, I think it would be cool, but in the same way, did we ever get a Flash Lyo Convoy masterpiece? We didn't, because it wasn't worth the orange wasn't worth the squeeze, as they say. Retro Cabal with the $2 super chat. Proto, what is your favorite 90s live action movie? Ooh, that's a tough one. Ooh, that's a tough one. 90s live action movie. I have a few, like, I won't say my favorite, but like, I always had a very strong soft spot for The Sandlot. It was a simple baseball movie. I'm not even a big baseball guy, but it's a very nostalgic movie for me. It has a lot of nostalgic charm, that movie. Really, really good movie. It has the voice of Darth Vader, who's awesome. Oh, wait, that's kind of a spoiler. It's the end of the movie. But great, fantastic old movie. You could buy the special edition of it off of Amazon that comes with trading cards, baseball trading cards of all the cast members. And it has a cool dog in it also. The Beast. A big, I believe it was a Bouvier, a large Bouvier, or some kind of Mastiff. I think it was a Mastiff, now that I think about it. Great movie, great nostalgic movie. Really reminds me of simpler times in the 90s when you kind of just used to go to the park and hang out with your friends. Go get a freezy from the day panner because it was really hot that day, or hang out at the park, or go to the swimming pool. So just a really good movie. That's one. That was a 90s movie. What was another good 90s? I mean, I can mention Street Fighter, the movie, the Super Mario 93 movie. Have nostalgia for those as a kid. Mortal Kombat. Geez, the Mortal Kombat movie is fantastic. I love that movie to death. That's a super good one. Wasn't a big Disney kid growing up. Wasn't a big fan of Disney movies. So usually those don't make my list. If a Disney movie had to make my list, it would probably be Aladdin, I guess. But I'm not a big Disney guy, so a lot of those won't be there. But live action stuff, what's a good one? Demolition Man, Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. Really good movie. Love that movie. That movie, when you watch it today, if anything, really shows how they predicted the future. There's literally a box a box in the future that if you trigger people, you get a fine. John Spotton, you are fined 1 credit for the verbal average of not saying this illegal word. Fantastic movie that predicts the future in so many ways. That's another good one too. So those are a few. I mean, I'm obviously forgetting more than I'm remembering when it comes to that, but those are a few. Those are some movies. When I was a kid, I worked in a video store. From the no joke, from the age of when did Killer Instinct come out? Killer Instinct was 90, 94, 93. So from 1994 up until a little bit before the end of high school, I used to work in a video store. Shout out to Video Illusion with Salim. And used to rent a lot of movies. Used to rent a lot of movies, mostly for my mom, but for me too, once in a while. I would mostly rent the video games. We got a lot of questions here today, and we got 40 minutes left. See you later, Jaws D. Thanks for coming by. Abraham with the super chat. Proto non-TF question. Non-TF questions are always welcome. They're always welcome. Non-TF question. What do you think about Artstorm metal pose figures from the J9 trilogy? So yeah, I've seen those. Bazaringer, I actually own an original Popey or Poppy. I forget how you pronounce those. Bazaringer. That's the one with the motorcycles that combine, right? Those all come from a trilogy of very obscure super robot kind of era toys, the J9 trilogy of those. Man, I don't want to spoil, but some of those have really bad endings. Good designs though, good intros. They're so 70s, early 80s in style though. Good designs, weird execution and storytelling. I haven't messed with the Artstorm ones. I don't own them. They look cool though, but it's kind of one of these things like I look at a lot of Soul of Chokokin stuff and I always go like, "Oh my god, I want to own some of these." Like, and I own the lighter tan Soul of Chokokin, and that thing's amazing. I would love to own the Dimos one because Dimos has always been a personal favorite of mine of super robot stuff. Great Mazinger is another one too. Not so much Mazinger, but Great Mazinger. I'm from Quebec, so you gotta love Goldorak, aka UFO Grandizer. Love all of those. But yeah, I love that the J9 trilogy. The only one that I've seen most of has been Bazinger. Like that's the Bazinger, or however it's pronounced. I say by the Japanese name. The other ones I've only watched like the first couple of episodes. I just didn't have the time to sit through a 32 episode or 52 episode vintage series, but they have cool designs. And I have some of the toys just because I would come by them once in a while. When people have, oh, look at this weird Power Ranger figure, and they don't know what it is, and it's missing a fist or something. A lot of those were localized through Chodaikin. What was that company? There was like this weird company that was localizing a lot of those in the 80s and 90s. So a lot of them that you find them in the secondary market once in a while, and people think it's a Power Ranger or a Transformer when it's not. But yeah, hope that helps. Thank you for the super chat, my brother Abraham. JC Red Lion with the gold super chat. Hey Proto, happy birthday, and many more to come. Thank you, my friend. I am 40 now, losing my hair, but that's the facts of life. That's just how it is. As long as you have people that care about you, a good friends, good family, people that care about you, and a good hobby. Goofy movie. Oh, I have to talk about the Goofy movie. I apologize, David Cabal. I just saw a Goofy movie. I'm like, oh, how could I forget Goofy movie? But as long as you have good friends and family and stuff, that's all that matters. That's all that really matters in life. That's all that really matters, if anything. Where are we at here? So where was David Cabal's Small Soldiers? Yeah, Small Soldiers. Small Soldiers is like half live action, half stop motion. That one is kind of like it falls into the stop motion thing. It's kind of like would you call like Nightmare Before Christmas live action? It's more there's a little bit of animation to it too. So Bad News Bears, that's another really good one. That's why like I'm forgetting more than I'm remembering. Like another really good baseball movie, Mr. Baseball. That was another really good one. A Goofy movie, that's an animation. That's probably one of the few Disney movies I actually really like. I love the Goofy movie. Fantastic soundtrack. Powerline. I'd get a Powerline t-shirt. Eye to eye. Eye to eye. T2. Yeah, like again, like that's just it. Terminator 2. How could you forget Terminator 2? That's like a 10 out of 10 soundtrack. There's so many. I mean, it's the 90s, man. Like I said, I'm going to forget more than I remember. Godaikin, thank you. It's Godaiken. But yeah, happy birthday, Proto. I'll be 40 this August. Welcome to the 40 Club, brother. When you have a hobby like Transformers, you got guys in their 50s, guys in their 40s, guys in their 30s, guys in their 20s, guys that are turning 10, you know? You have all of that. We're a very diverse crowd that all love the same stuff, you know? Dumb and Dumber's good. It's not Jim Carrey's best movie. I think Jim Carrey's best movie is either Me, Myself, and Irene. I think that's a fantastic movie. Or Liar Liar is pretty good too. But Me and Myself and Irene is probably Jim Carrey's best work. The Mask is good too. Don't get me wrong. And this is as a fellow Canadian with my man Jim Carrey. You should watch his old stand-up. His old stand-up is amazing. Oh my goodness. He did a HBO special. I think it's called Jim Carrey and Friends. Oh my goodness. Like this is before he was famous, like super famous. Really good stuff. Just molds his face to look like Clint Eastwood and everything and the Joker. Spurge Prime, hey Protoman, how do you feel about Gal Geiger? I think Gal Geiger, and this is just my humble opinion, is one of the greatest mecha robot anime series of all time. No joke, like right up there. Gal Geiger Final is probably one of the greatest mecha anime series of all time. If you are a Transformer fan and you have to watch anything Brave related of the Brave series, do yourself a favor and watch Gal Geiger. And then do yourself, if your wallet, a favor and be careful because it's going to make you want to go out and buy Gal Geiger stuff. I think Gal Geiger is just the greatest thing ever. I have tons of Gal Geiger stuff in display cases from different eras of Gal Geiger stuff. I have animation cells. I love that show to death. I really do. I got to meet the voice of Guy, Mr. Gal Geiger himself. I got to meet Guy at Anime North. He's also the voice of Link from Legend of Zelda. He was the voice of, I believe it was the voice of Rampage in the Japanese version of Beast Wars. Not Campbell Lane that we know for Beast Wars. And yeah, like what a cool dude, you know. Protector Shad, Hell and Heaven, Gengai Gokuro. You know, so trust me, I'm with you on that, brother. Let me tell you, I'm with you on that. There is nothing more badass than Gal Geiger. 100%. That's coming from me. Let me tell you. Everyone's saying let's see, we have 51, we got 49, we got 48, we got 51, we got 48, we got 32, we got 32. See, there you go. According to my Google Analytics for the channel, my age demo is 31 to 60. Like that's like my hotspot. And you know what's amazing? It's like 25% of viewers are women, and then like we have a good like 75 that are men. I was surprised how many people from the Philippines watch and Japan. There's a lot of Japanese viewers, but I remember when there was that huge thing with Kappa where they're like, "Oh no, if you have any kid viewers, you know that's going to affect your channel and your monetization and everything." I'm like, no kids watch my podcast. Kids don't want to listen to me talk about Transformers. They want to see, you know, they want to see this, you know? So, let's see. We got 25. We got 25. There's someone that's right on the outskirts of my viewership. 23, 40, 20, 22, 54, 20, 20, 43. What a mix. See, but isn't that amazing? There's people who are 20 and then there's people that's literally double their age and they all love the same product. And that's what's so cool about Transformers. You know, it's one of those brands like Star Wars that you could have like father and son be fans of this stuff. You know, that's what I love about it. Super cool. E-Dogs, E-Dogs 20111 with the super chat. Head or Power Master in Studio Series? I would love to have Power Masters only because that's a whole bunch of Master Force characters, which were God Masters. So Goto Jinrai, aka Power Master Optimus Prime, Slapdash, aka Road King. You know what? Let's just whip out the book. Let's just whip out the Goto Masters. Transforma Super Gold Master Force. Look at them. Aren't they beautiful? Aren't they? This is the Power Master book. This is a children's book for a grown man like me. There you go. From Canada. You got. Oh, here, we'll do it. We'll do it front to. So from Canada, you got Lightfoot or Raitofuto, as he was called. Then you got from France, you got Slapdash, aka Rodo King, and then you got my man Ranger from Canada, also the Canadian and France team, and then you got from America Goto Jinrai or Super Jinrai there. There you go, Super Jinrai. You get to see these cool ones here. There they are. Look at all of them. There you go, the whole crew. Love them. I don't think anyone has ever scanned these books, so you're getting to see. And you got Buster and Hydra. That's what my buddy Hydra took his name from Hydra over here. Yeah, not this one. This one, Hydra. And then what else we got here? Then you got the battle of all the Godomastas, and then more battle with the Godomastas, and then the last page. I think it's the last page. And then victory is ours. They're running away. Really cool little Japanese book. And then you got Mezuhoku over there. From the archives. One day I want to get a second camera. Next Black Friday, I'll get a nice HD camera and we could do some read-alongs. Some nice, cool read-along books. Go Shooter. Well, Go Shooter would be a Headmaster Junior, which I'm sure they'll do the juniors and stuff like that. I'm sure they'll do that. My wife and I combined would be 90. So you got 245s, I guess. Lightfoot, Raitofuto from Canada. Really loving Buster and Hydra in the series. Yeah, they were cool. They were really cool. That was a fantastic series. That was like even the manga version. I'm not going to reach for the mangas. I have so many books. You should see the wall of books that you got, like literally behind this camera. The wall of books. It's like the Transformer bookshelf of all the cool like rarities and everything. What do we got here? Michael Koo. I'm pretty sure that we're going to get Buster and Hydra. Oh, I think we will. If anything, we'll get some kind of Darkwing and Dreadwing, and they'll do some kind of repaint like they always do. We always see that. Sing the theme from Master Force. Do I have to? We could sing the outro. Changing, changing. Dase yuru kenderu. Where are we at here? Well, if Hasbro is listening, yes, Power Masters and Headmasters, Godmasters would be good. If Studio Series budget, however, would be my only concern is just like the fact that they didn't want to do mini cons included with, let's say, the Armada characters makes me worried about how they could budget in a extra piece that's a transforming element that would be good budget wise. I mean, I could see it being done with like a Voyager or Leader class where the budget has much more of a string to it or an elastic band, but Deluxes, I don't know. Don't make Proto sing. That's too cruel for his birthday. You don't want. Protoman sings classic Japanese 80s themes. Cha-la, hey cha-la. Give you some Dragon Ball. A Canadian Transformer called Lightfoot. Yeah, so there was all because the cool thing about Master Force was all the characters came from different places in the world. Like Minerva was from France, but supposedly Derek Wyatt retconned it in some in. So Derek, when he met my sister, if you've ever seen my sister, she looks like Minerva. No joke. Like she looks like Minerva. She's been to a few TF cons in the past, and when Derek met her, he like drew her like in animated style, and I think he drew her like I don't know. They did like some weird stuff, and then years later with BotCon 2011, in Minerva's bio, she's from Quebec, and I was like, Derek, what did you do there? You know, I don't know if that was purposeful. I never confirmed it with Derek, and he's no longer with us, so I can't confirm it. Thank you, Derek. Rest in peace. But so he kind of retconned Minerva that she's actually from Montreal, Quebec, because she's French, and I guess France is too boring. I guess I don't know. Hey man, my boy, Road King is from France. Nothing wrong with that, and he's awesome. He's the cool racer. where are we at here? Retro Cabal, haha. No, you don't have to remember. You sang it on Canadian Slag. Oh, did I? I don't know. Maybe many years ago I must have done it. Cloud or two. Well, you know what? We got a what do you call it? We got that guy in, I think they did a repaint retool, was of the Blitzwing mold, from Generations a while back with double clouder. So I'm pretty sure at some point maybe they'll want to do that again with double dealer, you know. The trademark's kicking around. Proto, where is our Monstructor and Throttlebots? Well, I think Throttlebots are due. Number one, the trademark of Chase is constantly used through Rescue Bots. So right away, that means at least we're going to get a Chase Throttlebot. We got our Gold Bug. It's a matter of time before we get the others. Overload is another good one. What's his name there, who was used as a alternator? Roll bar. Roll bar. That's another trademark that they could use. Retro Cabal, listening to an interview of Protoman and GM Fan talking about Derek was my first exposure to Protoman. God, when was that? That was many years ago. I did like 5 or 6 different sit-down interviews with Derek. So much of it is lost media today. Like I posted some of it on Twitter. Did I post it on Twitter or did I post it on this channel? I don't remember. I know I found many years ago, I found some old like lost footage and the audio was terrible and we never used it again. And then I like tried to cobble it together with subtitles. Like that was like when he came to Toronto for one show. And then we did a sit down interview at the bar where we just kind of talked about, at the time, like Gurren Lagann was like the new hip robot anime and that was kind of influencing some of Derek's designs and stuff. So we were talking about robot shows that have influenced the designs like Mighty Orbots and everything. Then we did another interview where we just kind of did it through Skype and we did that on the Slag podcast. Like there's a whole bunch and a lot of those are just, they're all over the place. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Do you think we will end up getting a Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime and Megatron? 100% I feel we're going to get a Studio Series 86 Optimus Prime because as perfect as the Earthrise one is, if you look at it, in terms of fine details, it's still not perfectly a G1 Optimus Prime that's loyal to the animation model. There's still little idiosyncrasies on it that don't make sense. As for Megatron, I don't know. I always tell people get Earthrise Voyager class Megatron. I think that's about as close as we're going to get for now, outside of obviously Masterpiece, or a third party, but I don't push people into that direction unless they really want to. I usually don't recommend it. Soundwave, I think, is going to get a revisit. I know that Evan said it the best. Evan said that when they worked on the Blaster, they said that if you took your Netflix Soundwave and you put it next to the Blaster, the Netflix Soundwave is shorter. And Evan is not satisfied with how the Netflix Soundwave turned out. So he says at some point they're going to revisit it and do a Studio Series 86 one. So if you didn't get the Netflix one, don't spend crazy money on it. Wait, a better one is coming. And then they're going to repaint it. They'll do a shattered glass. They'll do Sound Blaster colors. They'll do the Linkin Park colors in gold. Who knows? They'll do a lot of wacky stuff. But yeah, so definitely for sure. E-Dogs, again, 20111. Why is Bomb Burst a core figure instead of Voyager? I think they wanted to probably have fun with, hey, let's do pretenders at different price points and see how they would turn out. Sometimes, there's a artistic creative aspect that still exists within the Transformer design team where sometimes you look at a core class assortment, like let's say you have 4 slots, right? Okay, we got to fill these 4 slots. And you go, okay, here's some trademarks that are coming up. Sometimes people just go like, you know what? Bomb Burst is coming up. We got to use that trademark. And we could use it as a Voyager, but maybe we'll use these Voyagers for G-Axis and, Metal Hawk. And maybe we'll have some fun and we'll do a bomb. Because you have to remember something. Nothing is ever for forever. when they do Bomb Burst as a core class, that doesn't mean that Bomb Burst is going to stay a core class forever and we're never going to get one again. That just means we got a Bomb Burst core class. And someday in the future, 4 years for that trademark when it rolls over, we'll get a Bomb Burst again. Maybe it'll be a core class again. Probably not. Maybe it'll be a deluxe. Maybe it'll be a Voyager. Who knows? But all we do know is you never have to just be comfortable with what comes out. I mean, imagine if you're someone that picked up that old Generations RC Thrilling 30 back in the day and went, that's the best RC, we'll never get a better one. And then the Masterpiece comes out, and then the Earthrise one comes out, and then the Studio Series 86 one comes out. So there's always, future opportunities for characters to get better versions. Sometimes I feel they peak a little bit. Even when I look at something like, let's say, Blaster or even this Tigatron, I sometimes go, oh, well, outside of paint application, how much more could they really do to make a perfect version within the limitations of a price point with retail? Because, yeah, you could say, oh, why don't they do something that's exactly like the Masterpiece? Yeah, they could, but they don't have the parts, piece, and paint for that. For a Voyager, whatever it is going to be in 5 years, let's say $50 price point. So it gets a little more difficult with stuff like that. But we'll see. We will see. Will we ever get true Pretender shells? We did. We did. They were the tiny Pretenders, which I always have one right here near my desk of Metal Hawk, which I can't reach right now. We did get true Pretenders, and no one bought them, which was a shame because I bought them. I love them. If you mean true Pretenders as in Pretenders that are larger, that's a different story. The closest thing we got to that was BotCon, unfortunately, which was Oil Slick. I worked on those with Jesse, Oil Slick and the Megatron and the Optimus and stuff. So that was back in the day, 2015-ish. Spuntimus Prime, hey Proto, do you feel about the core class Dinobot combiners? And we already know the Dino King and Victory is coming. Oh, of course, 200%. 200%. That was purposely designed not to be so much a Volcanicus, but so much to be a Dino King, just because of the placement and the assortment of where those pieces go on the body. It's clearly going to be a Dino King. It's clearly going to be at some point, maybe I think they're going to use those tooling and retool them into a Monstructor. That's what I think personally. I think it's going to be a Monstructor at some point, but they'll retool it. They won't just repaint it. They'll repaint it first, straight up 100% as a Dino King, and then we'll get a Monstructor later. Maybe they'll put new head sculpts on people so they don't look at 100% like Grimlock, Slag, Slug, Snarl, and everything. But I think they're going to more or less 100% repaint them with maybe minor stuff. Studio Series 86 Hot Rod is peak. Almost. We get rid of those yellow knees. Spoiler needs to be a little wider. Here's the best physical representation of Hot Rod. This is the Metal Force Hot Rod. So if you see how the spoiler is, it has to be a little more, just a little more wider. Like this is more of a Rodimus Prime spoiler, but otherwise, they did a pretty darn good job. Just a little paint here, get those knees worked out, a little more paint deco. Otherwise, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good in the hood. Oh no, Super Shredder fell over. It's my little display up there of 90s toys. Super Shredder fell over. Oh well. And Bret Hart and the crew. Is there a new HasLab? What do you think it'll be? I think personally, I've said this over and over. Look, it's 40th anniversary of Transformers. You're going to shop it around and bring it to all the big conventions. Do Primus. Do Cybertron. Companion piece to Unicron. Look, you got Star Saber. You got its companion piece with Deathsaurus. That's done. That two playoff is done. You got Unicron. Do Primus. Do Primus. It's Cybertron. So right away, everyone could recognize it. You put it in that planet mode. You bring that to SDCC. Hey, it's Planet Cybertron, and it transforms. And then you could do extra, what do you want for stretch goals? Do you want to have, if you reach this stretch goal, you're going to get the moon bases, and the moon bases transform. And then we're going to get Aaron Archer's Dead End come to life all over again, the little mini-con. So you could have transforming moon bases that are going to be fun little things. They'll think of something, include little ships, a little Ark and a little Nemesis, So That's like almost like I feel it's almost a no-brainer. Like it would be easy money and simple, but stranger things have happened. So it wouldn't surprise me if they go, hey, for the 40th anniversary of Transformers, Majin Zarek from Beast Wars second movie. Or Grandis, like Retro Cabal. Like I would love Grandis. Could barely see him in my Battle Stars display, but I would love Grandis. But I think from a business standpoint, the Cybertron just makes sense. Primus Cybertron, yeah, give him the Omega Lock. Like there's so many little because it's you have to think in 3D in a sense. You have to think not just the idea, like okay, Cybertron planet, Primus Transformer, but you have to think about the marketing, how they're going to do the stretch goals. Oh, if we get to like 20,000 backers, and you have to like think like that, and all the little extras and stuff. Where if you do Tidal Wave, yeah, that's cool if they do Tidal Wave, but what are the stretch goals that make sense? Mini cons, like it's something where to me, Primus just makes sense from a timing standpoint with the 40th anniversary, the fact that it could be a companion piece to the people who already bought the Unicron. They could use it as an excuse to reissue Unicron so people could get an opportunity. I mean, I feel bad for people that couldn't get Unicron. And Unicron was released at a very bad time for a lot of people financially. So I think it'll be cool. I think it'll be cool. What do you think? I think it'll be cool. What do you think is a character we will never get? I don't know. I keep asking for Botanica and we keep not getting her. I would love to get a Botanica. If we didn't get a Botanica in BotBots with all those other plant transformers, I don't know how we're never going to get a Botanica. I think it's just because she's not trademarked. Like the Botanica trademark has never been used. Thus Hasbro isn't sitting on it. Thus there's no rush to use it. There has to be someone in Hasbro that's going to have to stand up and go, "Hey, remember Beast Machines that didn't sell well for us? Yeah, could we make a toy that transforms into a flower based on the show that didn't do well for us?" And then Hasbro upper people going like, "Are you crazy?" So, something in BotBots, they could have got away with it. Small little cutesy little figure Botanica, they could have got away with it. But like a Voyager class or a deluxe Botanica, that'd be a tough one. Tough one to do. That's why Mikey and Louie's Botanica is probably as good as we're going to get for now. T-Formers 2002 with the super chat. Thank you, T-Formers 2002. Evan and BMAC did an interview once and made a comment on how they get a constant pretender comments that make them if enough folks ask for them. So there was an interview with Hasui-san, who works with the Masterpiece guys. And constantly Hasui was asked a question. I forget which interview this was for. You could find it online. I talked about it on the podcast once. It might have been for Skyfire. For like maybe go back and look at the Skyfire interview. And he talked about what are some masterpieces you would like to see. And Hasui said, I always push for Metal Hawk, who's a pretender. And he says, every time I push for Metal Hawk, the Takara higher ups just kind of laugh at him and go, okay there. So I don't know. Maybe it's a Takara problem. Maybe it's not so much a Hasbro problem. Who knows? Which is weird because wouldn't Takara want to celebrate those characters with pretender shells? I don't know. It's tough. It's tough. I would love it. Again, it's because I love Master Force. I love the pretender shells. I love that idea. It's so different than the same stuff we've been getting. How many times could you transform a Starscream toy? How many times could you transform an Ironhide? All of these characters. Pretender shells are such a breath of fresh air. Look, we were literally just talking about the masterpiece of this guy, So it's something where it's like, how many times could you, after owning the Earthrise one, and then I'm going to probably get the Masterpiece, how many times could I own a Hoist toy? Give me something fresh. Give me something new. Does Protoman collect Starcom? Actually, no. A friend of mine owned a bunch of Starcom toys, and I sold them for a pretty penny. I sold them for him. I thought they were cool with the little magnets and the when you push the button, and just kind of like old style. They were cool, but they weren't my jam. They weren't my jam personally. I'm more of an Air Raiders, not Air Raiders. What's the one there with the hooks where you run along the strings and stuff? I think it was Air Raiders. Was it Air Raiders? No, Air Raiders was the ring planes. We got another super chat here, but Michael Koo says first, if we want a Botanica figure, then put her in the next live action movie. That's one way to do it. Although I worry she'd be like a little PVC figure like Quintessa Like they won't give her a legitimate figure. Kind of like we didn't even get Alice, and she was technically a pretender. James Hopkins with the super chat. Happy birthday. Thank you, James. So with Rise of the Beast, man, I am so gassed today. So much Chinese food in me. Sorry about that, James. So with Rise of the Beast introducing a live action Unicron, do you think that Hasbro will do their first Titan class studio series with Unicron? I would like to believe so. I think that if you're going to, if you, let's put it this way, it's all about cultural impact. If that movie comes out and Unicron is a big hit and the movie is a big hit and it really resonates with people, 100% we're going to get some kind of Unicron product that's big and beefy that we want. If the movie is not that, then no. It's kind of those things where they have a certain product lineup lined up, but big items like that where it could go one way or another with success, because we saw that with Dragonstorm that I mentioned before with the last night. They made a huge Dragonstorm figure and the movie didn't really do well. It did okay, but it didn't do well, like, critically. And that Dragonstorm figure ended up in clearance. They did it for the Age of Extinction. They did a giant Grimlock auto transforming. You pull it back. It's huge. I'm looking at it right now in my display. It's easily the biggest of all the movie toys. And it went on clearance because no one bought it. So it's something where I think they're better off waiting to see if this movie does well and then giving people, a lead time of 9 months, let's say, of development, and do it proper if they know the demand is there. Because what if this movie isn't good? I'm not saying it is bad. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of good things actually, but what if it isn't good? Then people won't want to hitch their wagon to it, especially if Unicron doesn't transform. If Unicron doesn't transform in the movie, then they're not going to release a product that could be technically a spoiler. They might actually wait for a second movie that he transforms, and then you can make that the big fancy product in it. That could be the big get item. So, do I think it'll happen? Yes. Do I think it'll happen in 5 months? No. 9 months? No. But definitely a year past for sure. Abraham, clip-on armor and inner bot. Yeah, that clip-on armor would be cool. They did that. Look, you could look at what they did with the Energon armors, or the what was the other one? The Spark armors that they did with Cyberverse, where they had like those vehicles that went on their bodies. That's a possibility. They could do stuff like that. Then technically, we kind of got pretenders with Cyberverse, or what we have with the Beast combiners, where the Beast, stuff. So we kind of have something like that. Sky Commander. Thank you, Abraham. Sky Commanders. I have one of those. So everyone always has that uncle story. Oh, my uncle. So my uncle used to work for the shipping company that dealt with Toy Biz, Body L, Micro Machine Guys. Oh my God, why am I blanking on Micro Machines company? Aaron, where are you? Body L, Toy Biz, and Galoob. Can't believe I blanked on that. He used to work for those three and the company that did Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey. I forget which one, the tabletop one. That might have been Body L also. So, and he also worked with smaller companies that would get samples and stuff, and he would get Sky Commander stuff all the time, and it was so cool. And he would get a ton of Micro Machine stuff. Still have it all to this day. Some even prototypes. I have some prototype stuff from Sky Commanders and Sonic City. More samples, prototype samples, different color schemes that were used for catalogs. Still have them to this day. Sky First. Does anyone remember Sky Surfers? Sky Surfers Strike Force, sir. And I love that show. That show is amazing. That was a Ruby Spears creation when they had an incredible budget to make a very anime-esque kind of flavored Western show. Sliced Ice, Sore Loser, Air Commander. And they all have like very Mega Man looking kind of designs. I love it, especially Sore Loser. It looks like Quickman from Mega Man. Timmy K. Poindexter, Esquire, Protoman, do you have any of the Diaclone reboot stuff? I have, what do you call it? The Dia Commander one that's based off of, you're going to barely see it because literally behind my, you can't even see it in the shot. Behind my Predaking, I have my Diaclone display up there. I only got the Dia Commander. I would love to get that Roboto base that they're working on there. That thing's going to probably be super expensive, but I wanted to get powered convoy, but I was like, don't know. I almost want to save my money for like something else because it's almost in name only, unfortunately, with that one. But the Roboto base looks really good. Roboto X. Mikey and Louie, will Beast Wars characters all be the same size as G1 now? No more small scale sizes. I think, it really depends on continuity and fiction. I mean, the movie continuity is obviously writing it their own way. I don't want to spoil with the origin of the Maximals, but it'll all make sense why they're all the same size in a lot of ways. We got a YouTube member question. What's for after birthday breakfast tomorrow? Well, I have leftovers of Chinese food, which I'm probably going to have tonight. Beef with Canadian broccoli with, why do we call it Canadian broccoli? American broccoli. Beef with American broccoli and fried noodles. Maybe with a little bit of orange beef on the side. Breakfast is probably, I'd like to maybe go out for some bagels and carnatzel. Get some post birthday action. Bagels with cream cheese and carnatzels and potato knishes. There's this amazing Jewish bakery / deli near my house that just makes amazing food there. Absolutely amazing food to die for. Let me tell you, I had some friends from Toronto that came down many years ago. I brought them there. They had their first ever Montreal bagel, which is a must. Montreal makes bagels different than the rest of the world. The closest you could even get to that is maybe a New York bagel, and even then it's completely different. So really good stuff. How much time? We got 4 minutes left. My goodness. We got 4 minutes left. In the meantime, while you guys pull in some more questions, we'll just play that Slag commercial for people that might have missed it. We'll just put that.
Excuse me.
Me Grimlock want to munch better.
Here we go. And we got a super chat question. M. Dranos has, howdy, any good recommendations for HasLab Unicron add-on kits available today? Yes, Mikey and Bin Studios. I would heavily suggest you contact them. They made the best upgrade kit of them all that matches the colors. Let me show you, so see my Unicron over there that you could barely see? See his wings? Those aren't the original wings. Those are the wings 100% matching. Like, they have the best upgrade kit where you could have both versions together separately with the planet mode, with the other mode. The wings look amazing. You like from far away, they don't even look like they're 3D printed. I would definitely check out Bin Studios. They are absolutely fantastic with their Unicron upgrade kit. And competitively priced. Let's put it this way: very, very priced very well. What I would suggest, Dranos, if you could PM me or private contact me through Instagram or Twitter, I could send you a contact link to them, and then you could contact them, and then you could work something out because they don't really have a proper website set up for it. They're kind of just doing it because they're awesome people and very talented, awesome people. And I wish I could show you proper, but like between HasLab, Star Saver and my beautiful Metal Force Hot Rod in the way there, excuse me, Rodimus. So just try to contact me if you have Instagram or Twitter. If you have one of those, that's probably the best way to contact me. And yeah, that'll be probably the best way to get that upgrade kit. And it's a really good kit. It's really good. Everyone who ever looks at it, they're like, really? That's like an upgrade kit? I'm like, yeah, it is. Like, they don't even know because it's so well done. Perfection to the highest form in a lot of ways. Optimus Primal, got a bouncy, have YouTube vids to make and bring in my the beginning of my YouTube career. Well, good luck to you, my friend. Good luck to you. The secret to success with YouTube is hard work. When you get lazy and you put out no videos and you lose your viewership, you have to be consistent in this world. That's the secret. Mikey and Louie, yes, my husband is awesome. This is true. I guess it's Mikey who's working the screen today. So guys, I think we are more or less done today. I think we are at the 2-hour mark. So I'm just going to do the same old, same old. Once again, thank you everyone for all the love and support that you give the podcast. You made this birthday an even better birthday with all the love and support and the super chats and the YouTube member questions and everything like that. That's always cool. You guys are always great supportive fans. I always tell people, like, you don't need to have like 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 viewers or anything. You just need to have a really good core audience of fans that love what you do. And that's, I always say, like, having like a good 100 hardcore fans is better than having 1 million viewers, because it's so much better to have that in a lot of ways, because you can be closer with those people and get to know where they're from and who they are and what they do. And that's always cool. Thanks again, everyone, for coming by once again. If you want to support the podcast even more, again, we got that Patreon link down there. Come join the Patreon, get opportunities to get a lot of stuff. If you join the Patreon before June, you can get in to get the free TFCon exclusive that I'm working on. And trust me, guys, you're not going to want to miss it. It's a cool little item that you're going to love. If you're a Patreon member for 2 months or more, you're going to get it for free in the mail. Just pay postage. That's what I always ask. Just pay postage, or just show up at TFCon. I'll hand it to you for free. Otherwise, it's going to be $15 at the show. That's how much the exclusive is going to be. I'm not going to show what it is just yet, but you will see. It's something that we've been working on. Really cool thing. Otherwise, thanks again for all the love and support, guys. Again, super chats, YouTube member, Patreon, the best way to support the podcast. Otherwise, just like, comment, and subscribe, share around all the hard stuff we do. And thanks again for all the love and support. And like I always say, be good to yourself, be good to your friends and family. You don't have to be rich. There's only 2 things in life that you can't buy, and that's time and that's your health. And you got to be good with those things. Enjoy life to the fullest. Enjoy your free time and enjoy your health and enjoy your friends and family. I'm out of here. Take care, everyone. I'm going to go play some video games, have some Chinese food, and enjoy the rest of my birthday, because I'm 40 now. Take care, and I'll see you next time.